Welcome to Dry Ground Honey. Today we're going to show you how I'm going to make the new hives that we're going to use. I'm going to make some Langstroth jumbos, start to finish, chop them all up, get the wood done, show you what it takes bee farming jobs in the winter. Now if you want to keep the costs down when you start in your beekeeping, one of the big ways to do it is to make your own hives. Make your own equipment where you can, make your own roofs or floors if you can't make the hives. I got my Carhartt on off Griff, Gred and Griffith. Nice one, guy. But yeah, so we're going to make the new, I'm switching to Langstroth jumbo hives. Now the reason why I want to do this, I want to have a bigger nest. It's going to have single brood box, you know. Oh, that's all going to be changed. Look at this. Looks like a dump at the minute. But by the summer, it will be a brand new beekeeping work shed there. All our rusty stuff's going to come down. All this will be gone. There's a concrete pad there. We're going to keep the pad, build a nice new big shed in there, maybe do some grafting in the summer. But yeah, I want to have one box of big hives, like Griff showed with like everywhere night hives. So I'm going to, that door. Instead of using the dade ant, I'm going to be using, too dark in there. Instead of using the dade ants, I'm going to be using modified jumbo. They need enough the same size. Right, I'll get some bits of wood out of here. Get back. This is the wood I'm going to be using. It's just 18mm hardwood plywood. Now ideally, I'd be making all these hives out of cedar, you know, but like I made the other hives. But I'm going to manage to buy the cedar at the minute. I had loads of boards of this for free, come off a fence from a construction site. So, using what we got to get started. So it says 18mm plywood. I've ripped it down already to the correct depth. The depth for these jumbo Langstroths is 295mm. So what we've got to do now, we've got to cut it down to 505mm. I've done quite a few of these already, but I was measuring each board, cutting it. Luckily enough, my missus got me this DeWalt saw for Christmas, and that is made this possible. Without this saw, I won't be able to do any of this. So she got me this saw for Christmas. I've ripped them down already. We need to cut it for the long sides to 505. Then we need to cut the short sides to 365mm. I'm not sure what that is in inches. You'll have to look it up. But yeah, I was measuring it all. It's taken ages. I was measuring it, marking it, every single one, clamping it. It was taking ages. So to speed things up, I built this jig. Look at this. It don't look like much. Bit of wood there, bit of wood there, but this has saved me so much time. Put the saw on there, and it cuts a straight line for me every time. Don't have to think about it. I slide the plank under here, butts up against this bar. Perfect 505mm every single time. No messing around. Work smarter, not harder. Build yourself a jig if you're doing these repetitive tasks, because I'm going to be making hundreds of these hives. We're making 30 at least this season. I got enough wood milled for 20 already. So build a jig. Love this jig. It's saved me so much time. A little bit I got to do to it. I'm gonna screw this onto here just to make clamping easier, and we get going, get on with the cutting. Now first things first, safety goggles. If you're using one of these saws, they kick up loads of sawdust. So I was using just normal safety glasses, but the dust kept getting in my eye, so I recommend getting safety goggles. They're only tenner, they're only cheap, but they will keep all the dust out your eyes, and that's what you want. Then use a little carpenter square. Check if your saw's straight. It is. Good to go. Then whack the battery in. Good to go, fully charged. Right, so the way this jig is going to work, we're just going to slide the board underneath there. It's going to butt up to here. We'll clamp it down. Get these little F clamps I use. Clamp that jig down there. What's going on with it? Oh yeah, boy, it's like 1 degree. It's 1 degree.
He came out like I with one jacket on. I went to the shop. I was like, I put that and went back in.
Don't be swearing on my YouTube, boy.
What?
Don't be swearing on the YouTube.
You swearing on the YouTube?
Don't be swearing on the YouTube.
You
can't say yeah, clamp this one down. Then we use this third F clamp I found because my board's a bit warped. It helps making it level. That's it, I'll go on and off. Slide that board, oh, so much better. Slide that board up so it butts up against the the end butt there. Clamping that down to make sure it's level. Okay, so make sure you got the goggles on, because I'm telling you now, there's going to be a huge amount of sawdust. And boom! Take that, loosen that clamp off, get him out. Like, well, that took a couple of seconds. It was taking me at least 5 minutes to cut. When you start, just check every couple, make sure it's the right length. 505 we're going for. The 505 we're going for, what we got? 505. On the bottom, 505. Perfect every time. Make yourself a jig. Right, I'll cut a few more of these. Let you know when the stack's done. There we are. All them sides milled out, that's enough for 3. All the same length, easy peasy, didn't take long. Get yourself a jig. The good thing about this, the length that I got, the offcuts, are just the right size to make a 5-frame nick. So that's handy. Right, we've got to cut the shorter bits now. So quickly take it apart. Now the way I've made it is I can take this bottom bar off, move it up, and then that's the right size for it's the right size for the other side, yeah? Like, it's not rocket science, but it is handy. So just going to take the screws out of there, put them there. You could probably come up with a better solution, but I'm only going to be doing one side at a time and just rip it there, so I thought that'll be fine. Let's work these screws out. So much handier with power tools. Last year I built all the other hives, didn't need enough. Like hand saws and hand planes and all that sort of stuff. A brace and bit and a, you know, hand powered driver, a drill. This off my good friend Jimmy is very helpful. So I've got 2 holes on here, you can't see them, but I got 2 little holes. Line up the screws into the hole. Now this is exactly the right size. Sweet. And make sure you got this extra board on the back so you can clamp too. Now if you want me to give you plans for it, it's pretty simple. You can probably look at it yourself and figure out what to do, but if you drop me an email, drygrainhoney@protonmail.com, I'll show you what I did. Same thing again now. Get on board. Slide it in. Check we're all good, which we are. This clamp on, but if your wood is straight and not bowed, you won't need that clamp. Let's have a look at it. Right, we're looking for 365. Look at that. 365 we're after. Perfect every time. Oh, I'm proud of myself for this jig. Alright, 6 more. There it is, beekeeping jobs in the winter. So next we got to cut handholds into the box now to be able to grip it and move them around. So I've built another jig for that. Here's the other jig. This jig's for cutting the handholds. This one, there's a lot more potch than this simple one. I built this like 2 or 3 times and it's still not quite what I'd like, but it's good enough for the minute and that's what it's going to do. So let me show you. Yes, this one is much more complex. I got the plans for it off the internet from like, it's on some beekeeping forum somewhere. Some American guy done it. A nice fella, like I think his name's like Cletus or something. But yeah, he made a jig where you can just put on top of the, you know, the side of the hive. But I modified it a little bit. Let me show you. Yeah, so in the plans for this one is just this top bit here, but his plans for a saw which got his blade on the other side than what mine has got, so I've had to change it slightly to try and get it to work. So I've also I've made it so you can slide the board underneath here and land on this platform there. I've got these blocks on the end. These are stops for the different sized boards. This one is for the long side. I fold this in and that's the correct size then for the shorter side. You just fold in and out of the way. But yes, the way it works is this. Get the saw on there like this, angle the blade a little bit. It's depending on the angle of this wedge. Mine it just happens to be at the angle of 13 degrees. But yeah, you put it down, the saw touches the wood, you go like this, bump, 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 and cut yourself a little handhold in. Now it does work, it's a little bit ugly, but it does work. So this is what it is. It's 2 bits of plywood here, 1 bit there, 1 bit there. Like I said, the plans are on the internet. wedge and a wedge there. This is the distance of my saw. Bit of wood here holding it all together. A fence for the saw to sit in so I can rock in it, don't slide back and forth. This has got to stop here, but mine stops on this little platform here. It doesn't have this platform. I've had to trial and error to try and get it to cut the handhold where I want. Still not what I'd like, but his plans for a saw that's like 6-inch saw, mine's like a 5-inch, or for a 7-inch saw, mine's a 5-inch. So I just got this DeWalt. It is prime. Right, let's get on and then show you how it works. Get the goggles on. It's a pain in the ass. I'm sawdust in your eyes all day. So goggles on, get the glove on. We'll do the longboards first. Right, decide that you want to be the top. Put in first. This is going to be my top. Just lift that up. Clamp it down first. That'll help, won't it? Right, clamp him down. See someone fall up there, let me know.
You what?
Said if you see someone fall up there, let me know.
Right.
Now get the top in. Stick that in. It'll go in between these two little blocks here. Right, so get it in. Get the saw. Now this is a dangerous bit. Pull it back. Pull back the saw back. Now other people are like, they tie it off around something. I'm not sure how they do it, but I'm not going to tie it off. You put the saw. Look, you can tell I haven't used it much. Adjust the angle of your saw to 1 degree more than the angle of your little slope. Pretty certain mine's a 12-degree angle, so set this to 13 degrees. Right, pull back the guard. Start the saw. Now you bring it down until it touches the wood, and then lift it up and down to cut little notches in, and then scrape the blade back, and it should be pretty clean. So sure, let's see if we can get it going. See what I done wrong there? Gotta set it at full depth, otherwise I won't reach. Right, attempt 2. Jobs are good on. Slide him out. There, a little hand holder. Like, it's not excellent. I'd like it if it was bigger, like, you know what I mean? See there? But it's angled in such a way that I can get my fingers on it. You know, if I had 2 of them, I could carry, I think, and I wouldn't slip. But it would be ideal if it was a bit bigger, a bit deeper, but the saw is just not big enough for it. Next time I'll have a lower angle, and I'll be able to get the saw in more, but it'll like start, the handle would start down there then. But when I build it again, I've written on the board I'm going to have a 10-inch angle, or maybe a 9-inch angle, so it'll come in steeper, it'll go for longer, but this will do. But when I come to make the cedar hives, I might modify this. Well, I say modify, I'll build a new one. But it was a porch. Right, so handholds. Let's do another one on one of the little pieces. That's the little one. So what we do there now, fold the little side bars down. Get the dust out of the way. So much easier for yourself. You take the time to build yourself these little tools, because it'll just speeds everything up so much. So, dangerous bit. Put the sole guard back. Like, if you're scared about doing it, don't. But keep your fingers out the way, innit? Boom. Little handle. Step 2 done. So the next step, step 3, is whacking the rabbit on them for the frames to set. Not just using a router here on a router table. It's incredibly noisy. They got these bad by ear defenders. So I'll show you one, just because it's so noisy, it's impossible to film here. So this is one that's already been done now. It's already got a cut in this one. But what you do, put your dust extraction on there, got my router in there, just keep doing passes all the way across until you get the right depth. I've set the bit to the right height, so for me it's 9mm. So it's 9mm deep. I'm taking it to 18mm long. So I'll give me 9mm for the frame and 9mm top piece space. That's the stack I'm getting through. When they're finished, we'll screw them up together. So we got all the bits routed out now, all the handles cut in them, everything ready to go. Now all we're going to have to do is stick them together. Now there's a couple of things that I would suggest that you have when we're doing this. One is these corner clamps. These are really useful. They sit on the top of the box like this. They sit on the top of the box and hold everything square, so you don't have to worry about it. Just clamp these on, everything is square. Gonna need a set of those, 4 of these like that. I need a drill and a driver. Gonna need a drill and a driver. Easy peasy. First thing we're going to do, clamp it all together. Now these side pieces, they go inside the longer bit. But yeah, they're pretty handy, you know, because if like me you're not very good at carpentry, these things just do all the work for you. They make sure everything is lined up straight, everything is square, so that we don't have to worry about it. That's the one. Right, so I got all these clamped up. Have you noticed what I did? Make sure that your handles are up the right way when you put it all together. So I put it all together, the handles is upside down, I take it all apart and do it again. So make sure your handles are up the right way. See, right, there's the box, clamps it on, look. Gonna be a big old nest box, that is. So when it's all lined up flush, the important part really is to make sure that the top pieces are all flush together. If there's a little discrepancy on the bottom, then that can be dealt with by the bees. They can fill that gaps in, but you want everything to be flush on the top, so all your other boxes just fit nice. Alright, so when we're here, like my wood has got a bit of a bow in it, so there'll be some discrepancies. Put pilot holes in, because when I done the other ones, I kept snapping drill bits and then would just screw them in without pilot holes, and I kept splitting the wood, so put handholds in. So just boom, line it up, make sure it's all straight. Do the top. Just do that all the way around. When you got all your handholds done, that's just easy peasy. Get your drill, screw the box together. Like we're building beehives here, we're not making spaceships, you know what I mean? So I'm using galvanized screws. I don't suppose it would matter what screws you use, but I'm using galv screws. And when I do the screwing, I like to flip the box over so you can get a bit more pressure on it when you're doing the work by yourself, you know. So just flip it over. I've pre-sunk the screws a little bit. And you've got to make sure everything's all square and straight. And you drive your screws in. Now these drills with a clutch is excellent for this, because you can, once you've done your first one, you know what power setting to put your drill on, and you just have to think about the trigger then. Just start the screw in, get them all in. So do this one now, just put them all in a little bit. Oh, I forgot to pilot this side. Let me just do this one then. Now this reason here, you see what I'm going to do, switch between the two bits. This is what I want, an impact driver. You know, if any of you got an impact driver, which one do you think is the best one to get? Like I'm running DeWalt tools mostly. So what's the best DeWalt driver to get? Yes, like I said, any DeWalt impact driver really. What's the best one? Like DeWalt's not really popular in the UK, but in America it is. So if you're out in America, which one should I get? Which is the best one? Let me know in the comments. Line your box up, make sure it's all square, get a screw in. Boom! Yeah, boy, the first one. This is the first one. It's going to be loads. And the supers, you know. I haven't even built the supers yet. So if you want to make yourself a beehive, a Langstroth Beehive, if you want to save yourself a bit of money, or if you just enjoy doing the woodwork and just wanted to see how one was put together, here it is. Langstroth Jumbo Beehive with handholds cut in, ready to roll, ready to fill up with some frames, ready for bees 2025. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.